Hello, and welcome to the blogging pod. Since Monday, this administration has taken a number of aggressive and high stakes policy moves that signal its priorities and the tension it is navigating with the consequences that could ripple across the country. One major initiative is the push to remove the temporary protected status for more than 300,000 Venezuelans that was granted under the prior administration. The Department of Justice filed an emergency appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court, challenging a federal judge ruling that Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem exceeded her authority in rescinding that protection. The administration frames this as an aligning immigration policy with national interests, but adversaries argue it may upend lives and spark legal battles over executive power. On the foreign policy front, the U.S. carried out another airstrike against Venezuelan vessels allegedly involved in narcotic trafficking. The strike killed 3 people, marking the latest in a series of military actions this month targeting Caribbean drug routes. The administration claims this is part of a broader counter drug campaign, although critics question the transparency, legal justification, and potential for escalation in the region. Domestically, the pressure of an impending government shutdown looms. The Senate rejected a stopgap funding measure passed by the House, raising the specter of a shutdown come October 1st. Democratic lawmakers respond with their own alternative proposal, which would seek to restore Affordable Care Act subsidies, reverse Medicaid cuts, and tighten oversight on federal spending. The moves of the administration may resist or challenge in due time. Also notable, the Department of Energy has announced plans to cancel over 13 billion green energy subsidies originally mandated under prior policy. This signals a pivot away from federal support for renewable energy sectors such as wind, solar, battery, infrastructures, and electric vehicles. The stated rationale is physical restraint and a focus on more affordable, reliable energy sources. Finally, scrutiny over immigration detention has escalated, with reports between 800 and 1,200 detainees have gone missing from Florida Alligator Alcatraz facility. These individuals no longer appear in federal tracking databases, leaving lawyers and families unable to locate them. This comes despite a federal order requiring parts of the detention center to be dismantled due to environmental and legal concerns. An appeal court has since allowed the facility to continue operating while litigation proceeds, raising further questions about oversight and accountability. In terms of impact, these moves suggest a sharp realignment of priorities with consequences that might stretch to vulnerable immigrant communities, U.S. energy jobs, and civic trust in federal institutions. If the green energy subsidies are canceled, that could weaken American competitiveness in clean tech and slow the transition many states are banking on. The TBS reveal may cause instability and anxiety in communities that have believed they had protection under the law. The missing detainees at Alligator Alcatraz highlight a dangerous lack of transparency that undermines civil rights. And if the government shuts down, ordinary Americans, especially those dependent on federal services, agencies, or benefits, will feel immediate harm in delays, furloughs, and uncertainty. Today's sources come from Trump again asked U.S. Supreme Court to end deportation protection in Venezuelans. Reuters. 3 killed in American airstrike on suspect drug vessel in Caribbean. The Times. House passes stopgap fund building and bid to avoid government shutdown. New York Post. U.S. intends to cancel $13 billion in funds for green energy. Reuters. The mysterious disappearance of hundreds of immigrants detained at Alligator Alcatraz, El Paris. Appeals court panel stops under order to wind down operations at Alligator Alcatraz. Associated Press. Thank you for listening. Until next time, bye bye for now.